But then the 7 accelerants, sometimes I call them accelerants of personal disruption, are the tools that you put in your backpack that are going to allow you to scale that mountain and do it effectively. So the piece that you're going to have control over. And so there are 7 of them, and I'll go through them very quickly. The first one is you take the right risks. It's a willingness to play where you haven't played before and where other people aren't playing, to focus on how can I create rather than competing with people. The second one is play to your distinctive strengths. Is you need to be willing to play and do what makes you feel strong. Sometimes we don't want to do the things that make us feel strong because we want to do hard things that will make us feel like we're valuable. And yet you're going to always be able to scale that mountain faster if you're willing to recognize what you do well and own what you do well and value what you do well. And then it becomes this flywheel of, I feel strong, so I'm willing to play where I haven't played, to take the right risks. Number 3 is you embrace your constraints. So you think, if only I had more time or more money or more expertise, then I could really get up this mountain quickly. But the fact is, we know that it's a law of physics even, that you need to have constraints. You need something to bump up against that's going to allow you to move up. So look at your constraints, embrace them, because they're actually a tool of creation for you. Then number 4 is examine your expectations. When you have, we talked earlier about stocks and what happens with stocks. Well, oftentimes stocks will meet the estimates of what people are expecting, but when they don't meet those estimates, and even if they don't beat those estimates, then the stock goes down. And so you want to think about, as you're managing an S curve, it's really this exercise in managing your expectations, of not having too high of expectations at the launch, of giving yourself grace. In the sweet spot, they're sort of in line, but in mastery, you don't have high enough expectations. And so you need to have more expectations for yourself so that you'll go do something new. But as you manage those, then you have that emotional regulation that you need in order to scale the curve. Number 5, step back in order to slingshot forward. Sometimes you have to be willing to take a different job, move to a new city, take less pay in order to do what you felt like you want to do. So it's the step back to move forward. Number 6 is to give failure its due, to recognize that failure is a constraint. So it's something that can teach us. It can become a tool of creation. Oftentimes we feel shame when we fail, which requires us to do some inner work. But in fact, that if we can ditch the shame, it's the failure that can become this catalyst for us really moving up the curve. And then number 7 is to be driven by discovery. At the top of the curve, the bottom of the curve, everywhere in between, is to ask yourself, okay, I took a step forward. Now I'm going to get some feedback, and then I'm going to adapt. And we know that 70% of all successful new businesses ended up in a place completely different than where they started. And why would it be any different for us? And so where we're discovery driven, then we'll figure out, we might be on the wrong S curve initially, but we'll eventually find the right S curve for us. And so those are 7 tools that you put in your backpack that can help you move up the curve more effectively.